Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the November 19th, 2025 Middlebury Park and Recreation Board meeting. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes of the October 15th meeting. Do I have a motion to do such?
I make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say.
Aye.
It's approved. The next item is public comments, and for the record, there is no public to make comments. The next item has to do with Mike Holloway and the commissioner report.
Yeah, just want to say, first of all, we got the purchase order signed for the new piece of equipment, so that's on order. And then just wanted to extend the council's thanks to the park board and the Parks Department. I think it's one of the gems of Middlebury. I brag about this town all the time, and one of the things I always brag about is our parks and trails and all of those kinds of things. So just an appreciation for everything that you guys do voluntarily, so.
Thank you.
Well, great, thank you. That's appreciated. Financials.
We don't have any financials.
They just emailed them out.
Oh, well, okay.
Would you
They
say?
just emailed them out, so we'll come back to those next time or something.
Exactly. Okay, for the record, we do not have those in hand yet, so we'll postpone this to the next meeting. Tom, superintendent's report.
Yep, you guys got the report email-wise. We're, besides the normal stuff of mowing, when I say mowing, mulching leaves, we basically continue mowing and mulching the leaves down into the grass. For the most part, we can do that throughout most of the season as long as the weather cooperates. The trees for the tree decorating contest are up. I'd say a little over half of them are direct decorated, so they got a couple more days for that. Should be all decorated by Friday. In that report, it has trying to keep that running list of things in that Excel spreadsheet showing what we're getting accomplished. And then one thing that might not be on there is the National Registry for the Crider thing. I'm still working with, help me with her name a second. Stephanie Weber, yeah. We've been making some maps, and I brought a sample of one. So it's, basically our standard map for Crider with all the numbers for each of the main things in Crider, and then kind of the information on the other side of the legend, and the upper garden, the lower garden. This isn't the newest one because she just emailed me some comments Monday to make more adjustments to this map and to add a second map that shows the ones that are tied to her initial paper that she sent in that has it's an N and NC. Basically ones that are that were historic, that were present as far as back in the 30s, and the ones that are not, and then also tied to the photos, which I'm not sure about the photos yet. So I emailed her back out if she has the photos and if the photos have numbers, because those need to be matched to these numbers. So still working on that. So
Great. Just a comment, your page here on tasks completed this month to be completed. Great work on that. That's great communication for internally for your department and to the rest of us. So, good job.
I'm gonna try to keep doing that.
Yep, good job.
Thanks.
Park projects. Tom, back to you on Riverfest.
They're kind of in hiatus right now, so just not really thinking much about that lately, but we'll get back into that at the beginning of next year. So.
Yep. Landscape Committee, we met actually last month, and I published the minutes from that meeting. I guess unless there's questions, we won't spend any more time at that. Hearing no questions, Trails, Barbara.
We met yesterday and had a very good discussion about upcoming activities for '26. We're not going to be doing Walktober as an official month dedicated to walking the trails, but we are going to be doing multiple hikes throughout the year, starting in March, running through October probably, that will partner with other groups in Elkhart County, as well as we'll be doing some of those ourselves. So we have probably 4 to 5 that we can plan out for that. And then also from the foundation, Carla is on our team, and she reported on a couple of training sessions that the coalition has been to, one in Detroit with the, I'm going to get this wrong probably, the League of American Cyclists or
I think that's right.
Bicyclists.
Bicyclists.
Bicyclists, yes, and then in Cleveland, Rails to Trails training. And so she shared some of the takeaways from their team in terms of Elkhart County and then in terms of smaller groups. And so one of the trails events that we're also going to be doing is called a slow roll, that will be not geared to fast cyclists, but just kind of cruisers. And we'll try to figure out a way to make that fun and make that family friendly. And that's going to be also happening in, very specifically concentrated in Goshen, as well, through town, picking up people in neighborhoods for First Fridays. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, they've learned a lot of stuff, and the Detroit and Cleveland infrastructure for trails is quite amazing in the towns themselves, not so much rail trails, but. So, yeah, so that was really interesting, and we are meeting now every other month, third Tuesday, so our next meeting is in January, so we're good.
I called Krista Daniels after our meeting yesterday,
Mm.
and we actually set up some hikes with
Oh.
them already.
Excellent,
So I have some dates.
excellent, okay.
They are planning to, they already had planned to do a hike at Corson. We talked about piggybacking with them on that.
Yep.
It's April 25th, which is the same day as that all
Or the cleanup that night.
day that the
Yeah.
Community Foundation is trying to do with, well, Trail Coalition, I guess.
Yeah,
But they're having something at 1 o'clock, a wildflower hike. So
at Corson,
yeah.
okay.
So we could plan something around that.
Sure.
So, yeah.
We could pick up at Corson,
Yeah, what are they going to do?
pick up trash at Corson or
oh,
something,
yeah,
if that's
true.
part of the
Yeah, she's doing a wildflower hike, but,
initiative.
or
Yeah.
whoever's the naturalist is going to be there. Got a river hike scheduled for July 11th.
Oh,
They're going to
awesome.
help with that.
Okay,
February 7th is the winter hike. So they're going to come out to Riverbend and do a winter hike with us like I did last year. And then they agreed for October, but we just don't have a date for October yet
for Alprow.
for Alprow.
Yeah.
Either October or late September.
Okay. We also talked about a hike back to the Blue Heron Rookery.
Yeah.
We may add that in April, which we've done that before. And then we'll have to see, but we also talked about a March hike to the property that is not named, the Logier property,
Yep.
walking back in there, but we can kind of decide those later. So, yeah, just lots of stuff and good stuff. So we want to get the slow roll in around
Yeah.
that. Sounds like June might be a slow roll month, so, yeah, thank you for making those calls.
Okay, thanks, Barb. Tom? I think one of the takeaways from this meeting is that we're working diligently on making plans for next year. Okay, we go to the Pumpkin Vine Advisory, Tom?
She had brought up basically the one thing, because we did meet this last month, would have been in September. We were November. No, it would have been in October. And Carla kind of brought that up at the Trails meeting about the joint day of doing something with on the trails for Goshen and Elkhart, or yeah, now that Elkhart's joined in the pack. So Goshen, Elkhart, Chippewa, and Middlebury. And other than that, they were talking so the PAC meetings are now going to be held in person again. There used to be in person, and then we started going to kind of virtual, and now we're going to plan on doing it in person again, quarterly, and most likely at the, it might switch locations, but it sounds like we're going to be over at their new office next to the Aquatic Center, which is an amazing site and amazing view, and that, but overlooking the river and stuff. But and they're going to be providing food, so everyone was fine to travel if they were providing food. So. And still, another thing coming out of there, it's still in the works, is that kind of trying to link all of our, coordinate our signage together. So it's has the, under the umbrella of the Trails Coalition, and there'll be funding tied to that to help update signage coming up. I would imagine that's going to be in 2026, because we've been talking about it for a little while now, so.
Is that going to require a change from our current signage to something new?
Either that or a additional sign above our current signage that has the Trails Coalition. But most of our signage on the Pumpkin Vine is a little old.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad to get it updated anyways. There's some that you can definitely tell have been faded, and so you know, obviously the Rivermeal Trail stuff is new, so that would be nice if we can somehow keep that and update it with just a little placard or something, or sticker.
I don't know if it's the Trails Coalition or our trails or wherever, but the Pumpkin Vine logo embedded in the asphalt as we go towards the tunnel is getting worn, and it sits right beside the little rest area. So I don't even have a clue of what we can do to revive that or replace that, but it's been really cool. So
Yeah.
just
Probably have to, I would think they would have to like mill that off and then put down,
Then redo it.
yeah.
Well, and plus there's lots of cracks through it, because when the public works guys came through and did crack work, they asked if we should do it right there. And I was like, well, that's going to make that look even crummier. So that's holding the hold off for now, just in that section.
well, let's put that on a little longer range objective, but we think it'd be nice if we could revive that.
And we can always ask the coalition if they'd be willing to help.
That was
They're right that.
in the back of my mind. Is that,
Maybe it can go halfsies.
yeah,
And it could be a small little grant from Brittany's
right,
funds.
right. So let's put that on the to-do list. Okay, thank you, Tom. Friends of the Parks met yesterday. A couple of takeaways from that meeting is, one, we reviewed the projects that were completed in 2025, along with the cost, and I don't have a total on that yet, but that'll come forward. The other thing is that in regard to the vertical sundial, they put another $3,500 towards the completion of this. So now the Friends have got,
5,500.
yeah, $5,500 into this $10,000 project, so another reason for the Friends. Elma, communication?
Well, I thought we were going to, for January, try and do events for the coming year. And you've got some dates on here. We don't have the exact ones for Owl Prowl or the March Hike.
I could probably get those to you, Elma, maybe
Yeah.
by the end of the month, which is when
Yeah,
you'd need
that's
those,
fine.
right? Yeah, and maybe the slow roll, too.
Right.
I've got a call on that.
And I thought that after the tree lighting, we could just change the sign to say Happy Holidays for the rest of December and early January.
Yeah. I changed that sign yesterday, and one side is tree lighting, one side, initially I put the holiday market for the library, and then I was like, oh, the hometown holidays before the holiday market, so I switched that, and I still have the letters ready for the holiday market,
Oh, good.
so we can switch that next Monday.
I've got an article in process on the vertical sundial. And Merlin gave me some more information, so it just got longer. So I gotta pull all that together, but I'll get that to you in the next week. And that would probably, that would be for January.
Okay.
And we can make it, shorter if we need to. All right. Elma, you got everything?
I think so.
Thank you. Old business, I don't have anything under the old business line. Somebody does. Tim, anybody in old business? New business, I think your name is kind of on this. These are all, well, other than tree lighting, they're kind of financial things. So the encumbrance for the toolkit is,
That's been approved. Mike stated that it was approved by the council last month. So basically, we're still waiting for the final approval from the state or budget, though, correct? Okay,
So encumbrances will go,
okay,
like, to carry money.
right.
To next year.
But our paperwork for that's been turned in and ready to go, so, yeah, okay. But as far as budget goes, is that, we still don't have a final from the state back for our,
That's usually
late December? Okay, so it should be soon. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, everything for us anyways is in the works, so.
okay. Tom, the tree lighting is the next major event.
Yeah, the 29th. We're looking forward to that. We have some plans for the Grinch to do some Grinchy stuff, and so that's right. We'll have the very similar to last year. Carolers are going to be there. Friends also paid for the carolers and for the trees. So they have another $839 in there for those two items. Trees for next year, so Jeff from EB Pines was telling me that they're not going to have Scotch pines next year. He said there's not too many growers that are growing Scotch pine anymore because they're so susceptible to the diseases and stuff. And he said we're probably just going to have white pine and Fraser fir. Well, white pine's branches are so wimpy, and the Fraser fir is very expensive. So, not quite sure what we're going to do next year for the tree decorating contest. We can still have the tree lighting. Might have to start looking around for some other sources. So, more to come there. But anyways, the tree lighting, yeah, should be very similar from last year. Have the kids train ride and lighting the tree at 7.
Did you find somebody to?
I got Josh is checking, and then Matt. They're both checking their calendars. Yeah. Candles. We have plenty of candles for this year, but I'm kind of wondering about next year, and we've had a couple of people suggest the battery lit candles.
LED type.
Yeah, it's that one's, so we have, because we've always had issues of the lighters working because it's so cold. And then sometimes the wind, trying to get them lit and stay lit. So, might be looking into the cost of what that would look like and going forward. Just go into a battery lit candle. So I know a lot of churches are doing that.
Okay. The flyer, nicely done.
That wasn't me. That's Corey from the bank.
Yeah. Well, and I think that relationship is just absolutely excellent. So,
Yeah.
And let's use her whenever we need to and make everything look good.
Which, by the way, for that, we have the final draft of the Kreider brochure, and she just needs to send me the final with the bleeds on it, so I can send it to the printer, so.
Okay.
I might need a reminder about that, because I thought she was gonna do that Monday, so.
Okay, another good deal. Is there any other new business to bring before the group?
I have, you had on here a 5-year capital plan.
Oh, yeah.
And this is I can't remember, I know this was sent to you guys email a while ago, but this is the capital plan that was given to the town, and then Mary dispersed it to Baker Tilly, yeah.
So this is final?
I mean, it's a living document.
Yeah, yeah. One more? Do you have this one? Yeah. Stuff like this, a lot of things change so quickly in some of these things, but
As of today, it is. Qualify it.
one thing I didn't put on this plan that I kind of just forgot about, it was kind of a newer thing that we talked about, was trying to kind of start to improve the brick path in the upper sections of the Kreider. And I was kind of thinking of trying to do that in stages, maybe 3 or 4 chunks, every one chunk, a year, so maybe 2 to 300 feet at a time or something like that. Which I don't have a decent quote for that yet, so, but that could be something we can throw in here. But I'm kind of hoping that those would be, around $20,000 to $30,000 a piece, for each year. So I'm gonna try to get a quote for that here soon to.
The only thing I would mention here, which we talked about last time as well, 5 years waiting for the Wayne Street Trail might be a stretch for that trail.
Yeah. Or do we have it, is that
Yeah,
5 years from
in
now?
2030. And, there's already some disintegration happening, especially on, the Lake City Bank side. When you cross the trail there, that asphalt is really in pretty bad shape. So I don't know, the whole trail is, but I don't know if we can do that in sections maybe, or if there's another project we can tap into that and get millings or something. I don't know, but I would just ask that we look at that. I don't know if parts of that will survive for 5 years.
think-
And that is a used trail.
It is.
And that's our connectivity to the schools.
Yeah, right.
So we want to be sure that we are connecting that. So that would be my only observation here.
That's one thing you and I need to walk and look at, on site a little more carefully. And I think Mary has mentioned that she could probably do some estimates for that. Yeah.
That'd be great, Mary, if you could. We'd really appreciate that, just because it's,
What width?
I mean, most of the areas we're not going to be able to go wider than it is, so it's about,
oh, gosh, if you could widen it, great, but I don't know
yeah.
that in some you can, because, some
Right.
of it bumps up to a,
telephone pole or
or a.
fire hydrant or light
A
pole.
brick wall
Brick
that somebody,
wall.
a homeowner, yeah. If you can get it wider, great, but we'll take what there is there, I mean,
Most of it is around, I think it was supposed to be 5 feet, pretty close to 5 feet, but there's some sections that are a little bit narrower. And there's some sections we need to get the sod off. That's over about 4 to 6 inches, so. But yeah, just redoing it alone.
oh, yeah, I know,
And there are certain areas we could widen it, and then we even talked about, the safety wise, how it's so close to the trail, and those delineators just never, they don't last long. I know it add expense, but would we want to curb it, put it up, elevate it a little bit to put it up? And if you do that, I assume you're probably talking concrete then, though.
Well, and you have to
yeah,
take the drainage off.
Yeah.
I mean,
a whole other monster.
But yeah, if you guys could just look at that, that would be great, because I just have concerns it's not going to,
It's not gonna last to 2030.
parts of it, not the whole thing, but parts of it, so.
Well, I think if we walk, figure out.
Yeah.
make a map and highlight.
Mm-hmm.
I never go past where Ridge Run connects to it, so I don't know,
Oh,
after the schools, the condition of that,
yeah.
but,
It's about the same.
okay.
Maybe a little bit better, actually, but although there's one spot that's after, yeah, where it would pool a lot. And we go out there, and mainly Andrew would go out there and kind of create a little channel for it to get down. But then SNL's helped with that beginning of this year, and kind of redid some of the sod on that side, because there's a drain right there. So that seemed to be helping some, so. It's kind of,
Greencroft is getting
Yep,
ready, routed,
that's not Wayne Street Trail, though.
I know,
Oh, but,
with all of that,
Yeah.
Greencroft is.
yeah.
they're doing a big expansion? Okay.
Well, thank you for looking at that.
Yeah, we'll set up a
that.
time. Hopefully, get one of these warmer days yet before it gets nasty.
Excellent point.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe not tackle the whole thing at once, but there are the worst parts.
And I'm sure we can get some funds from the community foundation. It's just, they're gonna be, coming in at 25% probably.
And I think because it does connect to the school, and it connects neighborhoods as well, I think it is a selling point there.
Sure.
And kids use it. Bikes and walkers and, yeah.
I could also,
Another option
oh,
within that,
Oh,
okay.
that'd be good.
like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, does Wayne Street kind of need some improvements coming up soon, or?
I haven't done anything.
Okay.
What's the matter with you, Mary?
Just a
There's
little.
nothing to do,
Nothing to do.
Just nothing.
She's just sitting there.
nothing going on.
Yeah, right.
Gosh.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway, I don't mean to belabor it, but that would be great if you could just.
No,
yeah,
no.
Take a
and
look.
The only other source of funding really out there state-wise is the Indiana Trails program, and that's a point-rated system. And this short length of trail would not have a lot of points. It wouldn't score high. But there might be some kind of other type of, like the trail conservancies, if they have some smaller grant funds possibly. I don't know, we have to do some research on that type of stuff.
Sounds like the first step is walking it and
Yeah.
figuring out if we can chunk it and then come back to the drawing board. Okay. I'm happy to walk that with you guys too, if you.
Okay.
Any other old, new business?
Just something that I got to put on my plate is that 5-year DNR plan. They came back with some suggested, some mandatory changes and some suggested changes, and we got into spring, and now we're here. So I'm gonna need to start working back on that to finalize that, to turn it in. The only good thing about that is it's not like it's overdue or anything like that. We're not in trouble for not having it there. It's just we need to have it approved before we ask for more state funds from the DNR. So,
Thanks for corralling that again. Well, hearing no other business, we'll call the meeting November 19th to a close. The next meeting is December 17th, 8 o'clock, Town Hall. Thank you.